Hey guys, welcome to your August reading. Let's see whose reading this will be. Okay, this is going to be Pisces. Pisces, let's take a look. Hope you guys are doing well. This is Star. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining us. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. Whoops. Let's see what energies are coming into the month of August with, what you need to know. Okay, it looks like only one card came up for you, which is honesty. At the bottom of the deck, we have gratitude. All right, let's take a look here. Your energy is coming up here, Pisces, with that High Priestess. Okay. So the Five of Swords is coming up here. I don't know if there's a conflict within yourself, like a mental conflict. This could be regarding work or just money matters. I do feel like for a lot of you, it could have to do with some kind of organization, your workplace. Could very well be. There could be conflict in the workplace. I don't know if there's gossip. Someone's ego may be getting the best of them. I feel like there's definitely a strong need to balance something out. Yeah, maybe to bring peace to a situation and squash a problem that you're having. I feel like there's an apology that's in order. So I don't know if that's you having to make an apology or there's somebody who needs to apologize to you. However that resonates for you. You could be dealing, some of you could be dealing with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. There could be something coming out this month or some clarity, some revelation, some truth that you had been waiting for. There's some sort of victory and excitement. That's what I'm sensing. Okay, so this could lead to whatever is coming out, this truth, this clarity. It could lead to, like I said, the mending of a relationship. This could be a friendship, a family relationship, a coworker, a lover. It's some kind of connection here. We're also getting fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Somebody could be motivated to transform a situation. Maybe even have a new beginning. Okay, this could be somebody that you were in separation with. Yeah, I feel like in the past there's some heavy memories with this person. So there could have been, again, a lot of conflict, things that had to be overcome. Some of you could have been dealing with a Leo. I feel like there were things hidden or just not spoken. Okay, let's see. Emperor reversed. We have Aries here. This could be also someone who's very overbearing, over-controlling. Let's see. Eight of Wands reverse. Strength. So again, this Leo energy, or this could just be talking about this month. This month could be very pivotal for you, especially in a relationship. I feel like communication is something that keeps coming up here for you. We are in a Mercury retrograde, so there could be a lot of miscommunication this month. So just be aware of that. And I feel like ego also is coming into play here. Oh, okay. Huh. I'm going to say for some of you, be careful. I'm getting like somebody here is going to get into like a heated argument with a person of authority. So if this could be in a workplace. If it is, be very careful because you could end up losing your job because of this. For others of you, this is family. I feel like there's this desire to kind of express yourself with someone. It could be a father figure. Doesn't have to be. But I do feel like whoever this is somebody who likes to be in control. And I don't know, I'm getting the sense like, I keep hearing like insubordination. So this person feels like maybe you are out of line in the way that you're communicating to them. Whatever it is, there's some sort of fallout in a connection. And it could be because there's someone feels like they're just, all they're doing is expressing what they are feeling, what they want, or whatever. They're just being honest, but the honesty can be a little bit brutal in this particular situation. I just get that somebody's getting angry over it because this is someone who's not used to being spoken to in a certain way. So again, someone in authority or someone who feels that they have authority over you or others, or is in like a higher position, should be respected. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm seeing here like an older person. So this could be the situation that happened in the past. Let's see. Whoops. Justice reverse. Ooh. And the Queen of Wands. All right, let's clarify. I do see a lot of fire energy here. So it's not necessarily that you're dealing with a fire sign, sorry, although some of you can be, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel it's more so a very volatile, very passionate connection. But it's like, however the communicate, look, there's a tower moment. The communication is just, it's not coming out right. Maybe your intent is to be honest, but whatever it is that you're saying, it's not coming out as intended. I'm seeing somebody leaving a home or leaving a job, and there's regret because of this. Yeah. Someone is regretful about having to walk away from a situation because of immature communication is what keeps coming up. So you could feel like this is a missed opportunity because of, you know, things that were said that maybe you didn't mean. This could have been, again, I'm getting like a father figure or husband or someone in authority. I feel like somebody could be losing some form of stability, whether it be a stable relationship, a stable job, having to move on from a once stable situation, and there's heartbreak here. Okay, let's see. The Emperor, reverse. Whoop. Okay, yeah, we have Chariot in reverse. There's a loss of control. Queen of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. The Lovers at the bottom. So the Lovers doesn't necessarily mean a romantic relationship, although it can be. But this could be somebody that you have some kind of contract with. An agreement. I feel like somebody here is very caring, nurturing, but they tend to go overboard. Or they, I don't know. It's like they feel responsibility over people, but because of that, they want the people that they feel are under their responsibility or like beneath them to follow their orders. And maybe that happened for some time. Like this person, I get that this person's intentions are good. But again, the approach is not the best. People are just not receiving that well. Because this person is very controlling. So there's a sense of like rebellion here. Somebody stands up to this person and everything, this person feels like, oh, I've lost control of the people that were supposed to care for me because I cared for them. Or I took care of them in some way. What's this Eight of Wands? Yeah, something about like losing control over a conversation or something. I feel like something that is said in a very harsh way. And it just doesn't land properly. The message doesn't land well. Because it could be very, whoever it is that you may be dealing with is very, they can be like a very loud person, just in the way, in their tone. The decibels in their voice is very loud. So some people might, so I'm getting a vision in my mind. So I grew up in an Italian neighborhood, Italian American. So it was very loud, you know, like you would often hear people screaming at each other, and you would think, like, if you weren't from the neighborhood, I guess, and you weren't, you know, exposed to that culture, you would think that they were fighting. I almost said farting. You would think that they were fighting, arguing, but they really weren't. That's just the way that they communicated. Even though they were screaming in each other's faces, they're just very passionate people. And you might be dealing with someone who is sort of like that. You know, they might be a little, you know, firecracker, and that's just how they communicate. And if you're very sensitive, which Pisces people tend to be somewhat sensitive, yeah, you might not be able to handle that. Or maybe it's you. So maybe someone doesn't like your very passionate approach, your overly loud or in your face approach. There's something here about that when it comes to communication. that is just, it's not vibing. You're not vibing with someone. Judgment. Yeah, it's something about a message that's not getting through because of someone's communication style. Yeah, it's being rejected. With strength. Whoever this is, and I'm hesitant to call out signs because I feel like people are going to say, oh, that's not, I don't know anyone of that sign, and they'll just dismiss it, because I don't necessarily feel that what is being illustrated here is, as far as signs, in terms of signs, it's not necessarily going to apply. I just feel like what's being shown is that person's energy, their character. They're just very passionate. They like to take control. They're a leader. They're like an alpha person. And so they don't take lightly when they tell people what to do, because they feel like that's what's best for them. You know, like their intent is good. But, you know, some people will see that and they'll see beyond maybe the roughness, being rough around the edges, and they'll appreciate their intent. Other people won't be able to see past that because the ego gets in the way. So, you know, apply that however that resonates with you, whichever side you may be on. Maybe you don't realize that, you know, if you are the person that you feel victimized by this character, maybe you haven't considered that this person does have good intentions. They're not doing it to harm you, and not to say that it's right. I'm kind of playing devil's advocate. They're not doing it to like harm you in any way. But at the same time, you may be allowing your ego to get in the way of what otherwise would be a good connection or a loving connection if you would just see past their, I don't know what you would call it, a quirk. I don't know. It depends, because, you know, if they're crossing the line to actually being abusive, that's something else. But I'm not really seeing that. You know, I could be wrong. I don't really get an abusive energy here. I just get people who are just not really understanding each other. Two of Wands reverse. Much. There we go. Three of Swords. And the Moon. Yeah, somebody's very hurt, emotional, over a situation. It's like they don't see a future here anymore. They don't see a way forward with this individual. And again, that can be you. This you're seeing this as a situation that you just need to heal from. You need space. That's what I'm seeing. Somebody needs space. Page of Wands. Four Cups reverse. Like, I don't even want to talk. That's what I'm hearing. Like, I don't even want to talk to this person. I just want to be left alone. Someone here doesn't want to even have to deal with the emotions of this, that this triggers. This might just be a trigger. You know, let's say you grew up in a house where you got yelled at all the time, and now you're an adult and you're like, no, I'm not going to deal with anybody raising their voice at me. You know? But yeah, somebody doesn't want to speak. You might be blocking someone. Oh, Death. There's some finality to this, at least for now. Yeah, this is like, I need to start over elsewhere. I don't want to have anything to do with this person. What's the Ten of Pentacles reverse? So whatever, wow, okay, this is you. Pisces in reverse. So you've come to a new conclusion that, you know, maybe everything that all the energy that you've put into the situation, you're willing to let it go. Because it's just not worth it for you. Whatever this person makes you feel, even if they're coming from a good place in their eyes, even if they're just trying to be honest and, you know, that's just who they are, you don't care. Like, this is just, it doesn't bring you, yeah, you've made a decision that it's over. Wow, okay. I feel like this person will come back and apologize. Just from what I saw in the shuffle, for a lot of you. The Two of Swords, yeah, in reverse, like the decision has been made. It's turned over. The decision has been made. You've come to this realization. You've seen this person in a way that you just can't unsee it. And you just want space from them. You are distancing yourself from the situation. Again, this can be romantic, this could be family, this could be even work. You could be walking away from a work situation. The Sun reverse. Because if you're going to be unhappy, you'd rather just be unhappy by yourself, not have to deal with another person there making you, you know, even unhappier each day. Yeah. Oh, this is bringing you a lot of stress, anxiety, or it has. And maybe that's why you're making this decision. It wasn't an easy decision. I feel like you did think about this. This was not by impulse. There's that Knight of Wands again in reverse. Yeah, I don't feel like this was an impulsive decision. You did think about this a lot. Because at one point this person did, you know, you were happy in this situation, but the more you think about it, you feel like this is a toxic connection that you need to pull away from. Whoa. Lovers reverse. Oof. There's that Tower. So this may come as a shock for whoever it is that you're dealing with. Yeah, there's going to be, somebody's going to be cut out and it's going to feel very cold, very all of a sudden. This could be, somebody could be saying like, oh, they broke up with me through a text, like they couldn't even call. And it's going to feel like it was sudden out of the blue, but it wasn't. You had thought about this. You just didn't express it in past times when these situations came about. Maybe you repressed it. But now, maybe that's what this honesty is about. So this could have been something that you had been feeling for months, you know, weeks, years even for some of you. Because this Ten of Pentacles, it just kind of indicates that you had spent a lot of time here in this situation. So, you know, some people are just like that, where you put up with a lot and you remain quiet, or even if you express certain things, it just doesn't, to the other person, it doesn't seem like it's much of a big deal. But then one day comes this big surprise that you're not there anymore. And yeah, that's just how some people roll. Yeah, look, Seven of Pentacles. This has been a long time coming. What's Justice? Whoa. So again, this could be some kind of institution, an organization, or a long-term committed relationship with that Ten of Pentacles especially. So yeah, for some of you, this is huge. This is like even like a divorce. Like you've decided you may be serving somebody divorce papers. Look, there's that Ten of Pentacles. So some of you are serving somebody divorce papers. Some of you are handing in your resignation, and this is coming as a shock to, whatever this organization is, or it's coming as a shock to your partner because they didn't think that you were at this point. You never expressed it to be, or they didn't see it as, you expressing this as something, as such a big deal. They didn't feel like this was such a big deal because to them, this is just their personality. It's just their way of communicating. The way that maybe even they see it as like, this is how I express love. I try to take control over situations because I care, and you're just not having it. It's bringing you too much anxiety, too much stress. There's no equality. Oh, wow. The Wheel of Fortune. Something flipped. Here it is. 9 of Pentacles reverse. I feel like what held you back in the past was exactly, the fact that you were comfortable. You weren't quite ready to get out of your comfort zone, out of that bubble of stability that you were in, whether it be because you were with someone for a long time and it just felt, warm and cozy. It felt comfortable. You knew them for a long time. You didn't want to have to start a relationship and get to know someone else. Or, I've been at this job for like 10 years. I have my benefits are already, they're great benefits. I get to stay home 3-4 days a week. My 401k is fully vested, like whatever it is, it just felt very comfortable. You didn't want to have to go through this major change because the Wheel of Fortune is a major change. It's like the closing of a chapter. Especially with all of these major arcanas here. So yeah, this would be a huge deal for you. And one that involves a certain amount of risk. But with the Queen of Wands being here, I feel like you have the courage at this time to face that risk. You're willing to bite the bullet. The Empress. The 8 of Wands again here in reverse, and the Devil in reverse, okay? Yeah. So you're seeing that you have stopped yourself. You have stopped your own progress with that 8 of Wands. But you feel like if you allow yourself to detach from what you perceive to be a toxic connection, you're only going to thrive. If you're just able to gain that confidence in yourself, you're going from a Queen of Wands to an Empress. You don't feel really like you're losing anything, even though we have here in the middle, we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So that would kind of imply that you're losing, there's some sort of great loss, right? Because the 10 of Pentacles is like an abundance of material wealth, or just what you have accumulated as a family, or over the years, whatever energy you've put into something over the years. But I feel like you're not really seeing it as a loss. And with that Queen of Swords being that last card there at the bottom, and the Honesty card, you're ready to face your own truth. And your truth is that you are not happy, regardless of this person's good intentions and who they are and whatever. You're just not happy with that. It's not satisfactory to you. It's not enough. That's not how you want to be treated, how you want to live your life. It's not compatible with you. And you're ready to move on to meet people who are more compatible with your communication style, with the way that you want to be loved. You want to be with someone or in an environment, if it doesn't have to do with a particular person. You want to be in an environment where you feel safe, you feel loved, you feel nurtured, you feel cared for, not in an environment where you feel like you're walking on eggshells and waiting for that next shoe to drop. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing here. So let's take a look at your tea leaves and see what more information we get. All right, for Pisces. We have Valley, Chain. Whoa. Bull. Candle. Angel. Interesting that this would come up. We have Peacock. I'm going to clarify all of these, so we'll go through each and every one of them. Funnel. Sunrise, nice. Torch. We have mice. Turkey. Let me get that. It's on the floor. Okay, we have chair filled. Kangaroo. Caterpillar. And finally, bridge. All right. So there's definitely a new beginning happening here. We have the sunrise card right in the middle, and that says new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. So yeah, it looks like you're leaving the past behind you. The reason I said it's interesting that you got Peacock is because it says beware of great pride. So remember we talked about ego, and I do feel like that factors into the situation to a certain extent. So it is something that you should be aware of, whether it comes to you or whether it comes to you having a tendency to deal with people that have a big ego. Okay, Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. I feel like that's where you're envisioning yourself going. Like this is the journey that you want to be on. You want to feel strong. You want to feel secure. You want to feel especially at peace, so that you can have success in your life. You don't feel like you can have success if you have someone in your life that's always bringing you stress and anxiety. And I feel like that's the kind of relationship that you may have been dealing with. Again, whether we're talking about relationship or career. Put that back. Okay, Valley. Yeah, we have the Hermit. So I feel like there's a need for introspection here for you to take some time to yourself, to really find what that peace, what that means to you. I feel like you have to find internal peace first before you can find it externally. So that's the journey that you're embarking upon right now. We have chain of events that will affect your life. The Nine of Pentacles. This flipped over because it was in the reverse. and the King of Swords. Okay, so this is you making decisions from a very logical standpoint. It's like you're not allowing your emotions to get the best of you, and you're thinking about you, your well-being, um, your financial stability, just what is going to be the best for you, the best thing for you to do. And this is going to trigger a chain of events that will kind of reconfigure your life altogether. We have here bowl, plenty of material things. I feel like something flipped. Yeah. Okay, the Four of Cups. And the Queen of Wands. So you are leaving some material things behind. Whether that be, let's say you're leaving a relationship and that means maybe handing over half of your assets, or you're leaving a job and, like I said, you're having to give up the things that I mentioned, your benefits, your tenure there, you know what I mean? Like all of those things, there is a sense that I have to give something up, but there's also this confidence that whatever it is that you're giving up will be replaced with something equal or better. Yeah, than what you had before. It's something that you worked towards. You worked very hard for many years. So it's not easy to just let that go. But nevertheless, you have the courage to do it. Okay, we have Candle. You will be shown the way. Yeah. You have the power of manifestation right now, and you will be shown the way as to what direction to take. Okay, that wanted to come out. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is about charting a new course, a new path, and leaving the past behind, really. Yeah, allowing that big chapter of your life to close. And that's what you're being guided towards at this time. Right next to that, we have angels, spiritual guidance, and protection from harm. So you are being protected. There's nothing for you to worry about. If you're having this intuition that you need to move forward and leave past people behind, past situations, it's for a reason. It's because that is what's best for you. You may be experiencing some mental conflict. Is this the right thing to do? Am I going to be okay? Yeah, you are. And there you are here. High Priestess. So you may not express this to everyone because you don't want to feel or look weak, but there is some fear attached to this. Yeah, because it's a painful ending, and endings are scary. The fives are about change, and the tens are endings. So yeah, with this ending comes some rough change, because the fives are not easy, by any means. It's not a walk in the park. It's something that is a bit of a struggle. With the Swords energy being there, it's more so on the mental side. It's more so like a psychological struggle for you. It's not necessarily that you're going to have to struggle financially or anything like that. I feel like you're protected in those aspects. It's just you going through the fear of this ending. Okay, so we have Beware of Great Pride with the Peacock. Yeah, beware of great pride because you might miss out on certain opportunities. So this may be, going forward. I do feel, because we have this Hermit here right on top of that, ideally there should be a period of introspection, like I said. It's not just about, that person that, spoke to me harshly and treated me this way and did this and that. Try to think about maybe the things that you could change as well, because it's always a two-way street. So yeah, you want to avoid whatever mistakes were made. You don't want to make those mistakes again. So I feel like that's what the period of introspection is for. Yeah, okay. So it has caused you loss in the past. And I mean, again, if you keep making the same mistakes or doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to keep having the same experiences. So again, that period of introspection. And this is having to do with contracts, relationships, anything like that. Okay, funnel, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. The Nine of Wands reverse. I like that because I feel like this frustration that you've been feeling, you're getting ready to, the nines are like when something is about to end. So you're getting ready to turn away from that, from whatever that situation was, that frustrating situation. You're ready to move on. Yeah, conflict. You don't want that in your life anymore. I feel like you need rest. A lot of you need rest, relaxation. You need like a period of healing from whatever this was. We have sunshine here, new creative ideas, new ventures, fresh start. The moon. That also can be your energy. Also Cancer. And we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this is yet to come. There's a new beginning here that's yet to come. I feel like you're still in that period of uncertainty, not knowing what is going to be coming your way. Yeah, there's something like a lack of clarity. You don't quite see your path, the path in front of you. It's not visible to you yet. But there is an exciting new beginning. And if you see here, we have the torch. So I kind of see that as the Ace of Wands as well. So something exciting, some new beginning, exciting new beginning is coming your way, but you don't quite see what it is going to be yet. Okay? And this says spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Right on top of that is the candle saying that you're going to be shown the way. So there's something that's going to be just bring you a lot of clarity. You might have like this aha moment. The King of Wands reverse. And the Ten of Wands. Okay, so this is about you're going to be gaining enlightenment on what has been holding you back, the blockages that existed in your life, and what you need to remove, people you need to be removing, situations. So right now, you may just be removing one person from your life, some of you. You might find a year from now that you've removed 10 people from your life. There's something here about situations that are holding you back, weighing you down. Okay, here's again the Wheel of Fortune, the number 10 and the 10 of Wands. So that is about endings. For you to truly be able to move forward, to release yourself of these blockages, there need to be endings. So if you have a fear of that, I feel like this is just the beginning. There's a lot of change and endings your way, but with that comes blessings. Interestingly, right next to that, we have discord amongst friends or family, which kind of leads me to believe that there are more situations that you may not have been wanting to see that are not healthy for you. Let's see what this mice. Yeah, this could be at work or situations that keep repeating patterns, and you would know that. These could be like people who keep wronging you and you keep forgiving them. They keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you just look the other way and forgive them because, oh, it's so-and-so. It's my sister, it's my brother, it's my cousin, it's my mother, it's my, you know what I mean? So that is causing you to be held back because it's like an energy zapper. Like you might have, energy vampires around you. Sometimes, it's really difficult when these energy vampires are family and you don't necessarily want to cut ties with them. But I feel like the worst thing you could do is pretend like there's not a problem. I think if you don't want to cut ties completely, at the very least, you have to identify them as what they are. So even if it's, your twin sister, if your twin sister is an energy vampire, you have to identify her. You don't have to say it to her or him or, whoever this person is in your life or people. There's not always a need to confront people because they're not going to understand it. They may not know themselves that they represent this energy in your space. And it doesn't matter whether they do or not. Like, the only thing that matters is that you are able to identify who is robbing you of your energy, your time, maybe taking you for granted. And as long as you know who they are, you identify them correctly as what they are, even if they're the closest people to you, you are able to then develop healthy boundaries and know when to push them aside. Keep them out of your business, maybe not share as much as you would have if you would just continue pretending like they're not who they actually are. And pretending like they're only, the role that was assigned to them at birth. So if I'm just using sisters as a sign, as an example. So let's say it's your sister who is this energy vampire in your life. Well, that role was assigned to her at birth, her role as a sister. But she is choosing in this lifetime to be an energy vampire and suck you of your life force. And so do you need to stop? In some cases, yes. But for some people, that's very difficult. They don't want to. And if you don't want to, you want to continue having contact with these people. At the very least, you have to call a spade, even if it's only in your own mind, just for your own protection. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say a lot of you are going to cut communication with some people and maybe even move away. For some of you, the way that you're going to handle this is by moving, creating distance between you and a group of friends or a group of family, so that you can protect your energy, your time, your assets. That's what I'm seeing. There is somebody around you here with this turkey card. It says someone is behaving stupidly. You know who this is, Pisces. You know who this is. Or it will be revealed to you soon. Yeah, it's going to be revealed to you. It's a toxic connection. It can be Capricorn, doesn't have to be. I just feel like this is somebody who you will be made aware, or you're already aware that this person is toxic in your life. Okay? I feel like they come to you very friendly, very loving. Could be a water sign, another Pisces, or a Scorpio or a Cancer. But again, it doesn't have to be. I just feel like this person comes across as very loving and caring in your life, in your circle, whether they're a friend, family, whatever. But there's some toxicity going on there. We have chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. Ooh, the Lovers. Whoa. Okay, this can be Gemini, or it can be a lover. But somebody new is entering your life. This can be a soulmate from past life. Okay, let's take them because they came out. We have the Six of Swords. Yeah, this is somebody new. Somebody who has the potential to build something long-term with. Some of you might be moving in with this person, or just you might meet them when you move, because I feel like some of you could be moving. Yeah, this relationship starts off like very friendly, very fun, maybe very casual, but you soon see that it's not casual at all. It's a very deep connection, whoever this is. But this is somebody new. Can be a Gemini, can be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Okay, what are we planning ahead for? Seven of Cups. Yeah, that is kind of an unsettling, at least for me, because it's very... See how it's like very foggy? It's like you don't really know what's what. It's very confusing. Something like confusing, a confusing situation. Maybe too many things going on at once. You may need to have like a lot of... Sorry. You have like a situation where you have a lot of balls up in the air, so you have to like prioritize. Something about prioritizing is going to become very important to you. There's just a lot of change, a lot of movement forward. Yeah, change, transformation, complete change. Your life is about to completely change. Some of you are moving, I'm telling you. You're moving, you're selling a home, you're changing jobs, I don't know. But this is causing a lot of stress, maybe stress, anxiety, because there's just going to be so much to do, so much to decide, so many things to plan for. So prioritization, again, is very important, because these are major changes that you're going to be going through. Caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Whatever the change is, it's going to make you really happy. So this is a change for the better. Look at this. You're being set free from these burdens that you were holding on to. So you just have to be open to this change. Yeah. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So you may have been the type of person, you know, with the King of Pentacles where, and I think I touched upon this before. I don't remember where. But I feel like there were situations that you poured a lot of yourself into, whether it was like financially, material things, or just time-wise. You poured a lot into a certain situation, and so those are the situations that you find it very difficult for you to let go of. But now is really important for you to let go of what made you feel, because I'm getting like stability for you maybe at this time, or in the recent past. Stability for you was what kept you in a rut. Okay, it has been what has kept you stuck. That is your comfort zone. And so this is you understanding that, you know, whatever roots you planted, you're going to have to uproot and feel good about that. Feel okay knowing that, okay, yeah, we're not going to be here. We've been here for, I don't know, 20 years. But I'm willing to let all that go and start fresh, because that's what's happening here, and it's for your own good. This is not a punishment. We have bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Some of you could be moving, like literally moving across a bridge, I don't know. So this could be like across the bridge to another city, another state. Some of you, this is like travel, quick travel. So some of you actually may need to, I feel like long distance travel. This could be like a plane ride, actually. So again, some of you could be moving across the country or to a different country. I don't know. And interestingly enough, here we have Temperance, which represents Sagittarius. Sorry, I can't talk today. Represents Sagittarius, which is its ninth house matters, which deals with travel, faraway places and things like that. So, yeah. Successfully overcoming a problem. I'm getting this sense like the problem before was there was a tendency to stay still or just move very slowly, very, not making decisions, because again, it's kind of like when you wake up in the morning and you have to get up, get out of bed because you have a million things to do, but the bed feels like just so warm, and you just stay there and just hit the snooze button, and then 10 minutes pass and you hit it again and you hit it again, and then it just stops, the alarm stops sounding altogether. And I don't know if that's happened to you, but then, you wake up 3 hours later and you're late. Half the day's already gone. And, that I feel like metaphorically that may have happened to you in life. You hit the snooze button a couple too many times. So now it's really time to like move, physically move quickly, because things were at a standstill for way too long. So in order for you to successfully overcome whatever problems you have been dealing with, this is the way, is to take action, to move, make it happen. It's no longer time to let it be, see what happens, see where it goes. No, we're way past that. We did that for way too long, is what I'm seeing. All right, let's do an oracle card. Message for Pisces. Look, at the bottom we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. So yes, this is the end of whatever painful cycle you were going through. All right, so we have here a new romantic cycle begins, which we kind of did see here with that new person coming into your life. It does look like you're going to have some type of soulmate connection for some of you. So yeah, new person, new romantic cycle is coming into your life. We have a win-win outcome is forecast. Both energies of Libra, new moon and full moon in Libra. So that's interesting. Let me just look something up. One second. Okay, so the full moon in Libra was in April, so that one did pass. But we do have a new moon in Libra. Hold on. This is in October 21st, 2025. So that's pretty much like right around the corner. There's something major happening for you from now to October 21st. Let's see. I'm going to read this win-win outcome. A full moon in Libra is a sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you're either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time, so try not to fight it. This card also refers to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego, oh my gosh, with someone else's needs. A win-win situation is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. I mean, I feel like everything that was said there in that little paragraph is everything that we spoke about in this reading. About you meeting someone new, about a relationship ending, your life completely changing, and your ego needing to be balanced. So, yeah, I'm actually going to read the new moon one because that's the moon that's coming up in October. So, let me see. Give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning. And if that's the case, the chances are that it will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. In anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised, such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is a sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. Okay, so yeah, this is about you being open to connections. Don't close yourself off only because of your past experience. This is a time for you to be honest first and foremost with yourself, being true to yourself and understanding that wherever it is that you are in life right now, you deserve more, and you know that you haven't been happy. You know that maybe it's time to close this cycle, and it's nobody's fault per se. It's just the time has come. And so there is better waiting for you on the other side of this. I mean, there clearly is a new relationship. So I would say if you allow for this to flow, probably by end of October, you're going to see these changes coming into your life. So I hope that this reading was enjoyable, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.